So we had another hiccup with 2 hour mark or so. Encoding, getting just like backed up, so I had to let it finish up on the computer before I could start recording and go live again. Oh, I better get backup audio going. Alright, so I figured out the issue. Remember we were talking with the, okay, so we got the computer set up at the end of the last stream with this camera, the top left, you can see is now attached to this light. So we got this IPTV encoder. It's sending some packets whenever the orange light comes on. So we installed Wireshark to demonstrate packet capture skills. So we're listening on Ethernet 0. I've got this IP address set up. You can't probably not read it from back there. That's okay. So basically, we installed Wireshark. I've been using this since high school. It's a packet capture tool. And you can see that there's some traffic coming from 192.168.1.168. That's the address printed on the back of the unit. So makes me infer that I had this thing set up, or the laptop set up as .1.1. So I just gave this guy a static IP address, and let's see if that's taken effect. I did it through a UI in the network config on the top right of Raspberry Pi OS. So it does not have its IP address. Let me just see, maybe I have to enable that connection by hand or something. Edit connections. Wired connection 1, last used never. Well, I gave it a different name, so I must have not saved. My bad. So name will be ETH0.192.168.1.1 IPv4 settings. Add. Yeah, I did not get this far last time, so I just closed the window. 192. Once we're in a matching subnet, then we will be able to connect to the web server on this thing, use the default login. I remember I just left it default. And then we can configure it to do whatever we want. This thing is connected to the internet, so we could actually just set up a port forward, exactly like we did with Windows. So 168. And then one thing that I had to do was, since we're taking HDMI audio and video, I had a microphone that would output it would monitor the audio interface out onto the default playback device. And then because of that, that was the HDMI, so the box would capture the audio and video and encode it together. Otherwise, there's an external microphone port on the front that can be used instead. 168.1.1 net mask. Oh, you can just write the number of bits. So otherwise it would be 255.255.255.0, and that's 24 bits, 23 times 8. And then gateway we can leave blank because it's we are him, we are it. It'd actually be probably the iPhone if I were going to do connection sharing, 172.10 whatever, 620 or something. But we can just set up a local server to capture this and write it to disk initially. And then we can play that back with VLC or connect again as a client with VLC. Okay, so last use never. So how do we enable this interface? It says automatically enable it with priority -999. Maybe I have to reboot. Let's see what the top right's saying. I might be able to do it by hand with sudo if config eth0 up. Okay, now what? Okay, it's still not showing there, but what's if config saying? So it now has that address. That's good. So now we can connect to the encoder with the web browser. What's up, choppy connection? Yeah, I'm homeless. Give me some money if you want a better connection. It's not the connection, it's the hardware. I'm using a Celeron laptop with 4 gigs of RAM. I'm jumping high to do a live stream as a homeless guy. Oh, stop using that as your identity. Oh, stop using whatever. Like, it's facts. I will not be homeless forever. But as a result, I don't have good hardware because I have to use my energy and money for other things. So it should be common sense. You're put in timeout, and it should be 24 hours for using dude as well, but because I really don't like that. Because all that does is nothing good. Just keep it to yourself. So now we connect to 168.1. Like, I'm not your friend or some homie, dude. Come on. Listen to yourself when you type. Who are you calling dude? You really think you would call me dude and we would hang out and stuff? Or you think you would call me dude and you would buy something from me? You think I would accept you calling me dude and people would buy things from me? Well, you walk around with a stick in your butt, you think people are gonna buy things from you? So, yes, the internet is disconnected. But we're not trying to go to the internet, we just want to go on the LAN. So let's try now ping this thing, which we should have done first. Network is unreachable. So I'm just going to reboot it and see if that fixes it. But we are seeing the packets as we would expect, even though we don't have an IP address configured. Interesting, it's also shooting out some IGMP stuff. That's actually the bulk of the traffic. but your skin color. Obviously you have a good laptop because of your skin color. Like, just sell that silver spoon you were born with and get a laptop with that. Bots. So yeah, we went over Maslow's hierarchy of needs stuff and why I'm focusing my energy where it's focusing, and why it doesn't matter that energy is pseudoscience because it's a useful concept we talk about, and science is a description of things ranking and stuff like that. So if we're only allowed to think valid, real, whatever established science, then there would have never been a science from the beginning, because it should be clear. If you don't have anything, then you don't have a framework to think within. So let's check out our internet settings now. So it says requesting, well, why is it requesting an address? I don't want TCP. I just want static IP address like I configured it with. Okay? Why don't you just get on that? IPv4. Method, I set it to manual. Okay, my bad. Save. That'd be why I didn't get one last time too, perhaps. So requesting address for. Okay, why are you requesting? Okay, you are now next to that. Okay, sweet. So now we should be able to configure the IPTV encoder, which is being fed in the HDMI signal. And let me get the monitor for the video open back up. So I've got this video encoder. And it's fed the HDMI out of the Raspberry Pi 3. It goes into this little splitter. This splitter goes out to the TV and also out to the encoder. So then that'll encode it and send it back through Ethernet to whatever it's configured for right now, which we're about to find out. So I probably can make a simple laptop. 2.168.1.168. We don't have it set up to receive anything yet. So username default. Oops. Alright, never save. Yes, it's set up to it's got listening for 1080p, 480p, and I think the third one is the same. I think it's 30 frames per second. Yeah, so it looks like it's the same. Network, we are going to, alright, so that is where it's hanging out, we already know that. So somewhere there's URL published. So profile. Yeah, broadcast out to .1.100. Cool. So we would want to configure that to be .1 or configure the Raspberry Pi .100, which actually might be a better way to go. Yeah, so then we just have to install Nginx to receive this. And then it also broadcasted out, we open up that VLC. player and connect to that as a client, and then maybe get some RTMP on the phone. Hopefully this process here and not just frozen. Don't surprise me if the video is frozen though. So the idea is, alright, so fail something I have about doing live streams is I have to share my screen. Because actually the early live streams I did with the RTMP encoder box. Because I know that this laptop is not super powerful. So I was able to do pretty good live streams while I was using that encoder box. But that was while I had a fixed position to set it up in. So if I can get another $100 per month for a desk here, then I can bring this in and leave it here and then use the streams. But the business has to make up, hence doing business while homeless. Alright. So it's not super hard. All you do is install Nginx RTMP, create a config file. I've already done this on video before too. But so my thinking for this session wasn't really just a hack session, it was just do whatever's best. Like maybe edit some of Urban Camping Pro to get that out there. That's like a super low ticket item at like $3. But I also have my consulting, which is $5,000 for phone calls and $3,000 to $5,000 for on-site in 2 days. And then I have Carputer, which is this. So whatever we do here, we're doing business on offers I already have. I think the Carputer is $1,248, 1248. And it's based on Reddit, like $3 out. But only upgraded for not a lot of expense. So, and the same SD card can be carried from 3 to 4. Well, if the screen's not right, you know where my measurement is. So yeah, I have backup audio recording. I've sank to typing in chat. Because people are just saying, oh, I'm not giving my money, it's not working. Alright, so we just put this guy onto .1. Alright, so now we should be sending it to .1. Let me confirm that the previous cap is fine.
And it's going to change as well, so yeah, 3x are quiet. Alright. Alright, so we're escalating from timeouts to just, you're not channel anymore. Alright, so yeah, unfortunately the wrong device was selected. When the wire gets messed up, it changes everything on its own, so I think I have backup audio like Pro. And I don't know why people think it's so fun to mess with the homeless guy. Yes, I'm going to call myself homeless until I have enough money to not be homeless. Oh, you've got all this stuff, just sell it. I've been through that before. If you haven't watched the videos, you're not commenting. Oh, but there's too many. Too bad. So download all transcripts and make your own search function. Do something with yourself. Oh, easy to be tough when you're just talking on this channel that I started from 0 and that had 50 people for 6 years, not even 50 people, okay? Signifying that it's crap, well, and signifying that I persevere, don't I? Nothing stopped you from getting off the street. Why would you do that? Right, that's the question. Why would you slow a person down who's getting off the street? Why would you go mess with them? Think you're not going to get the crap kicked out of you in some way, shape, or form? Not by me, but by life as a result of doing that? Oh, that's just pseudoscience. Okay. Alright, so I got the software installed. And I need to set up all the keys here. And it's going to be a huge pain to do with this keyboard. I have a better keyboard in storage. See, that was such a, you're not homeless, whatever. That was one of the first things that really hung me up. Was like, how do I quantify? How do I say yes or no, I'm homeless or not? Do I have a choice about what I'm doing? No, I do not. Just doing that, I can sell everything for more than market rates with no time. No need of logistics. It just magically sells and takes no time to do. And you got a couple $100 extra, okay? A couple $100 extra for a ton of time, probably more than 2 days worth of effort to sell all of the stuff. Like sewing machines, coffee grinder, like stuff that you sell for $80, yeah. None of this stuff isn't sell for $80. And I'm not in Silicon Valley where there's a lot of people who will want to buy it. I can drive to Silicon Valley round trip, $50 to $70 in gas plus 8 hours of time. I can bring the stuff and start listing it there. But it's gonna cost more than I can sell anything for round trip of gas. Have some sense before you open your mouth or run your fingers.